Hi, my name is Silan. Today I'm going to read a book on Swami Vivekananda. The book's title is In the Life of Swami Vivekananda. Chapter 1, Lord Shiva's Influence on Narain. Swami Vivekananda's childhood name was Narendranath. He was fondly called as Narain by the members of his household. As a child, Narain was naughty, but at the same time was also very active, astute, and alert. At times he would become quite restless and beyond the control of everyone around, including his mother, Bhuvaneswari Devi. Such were Narain's tantrums that his mother had to appoint 2 servant maids exclusively to engage him. His mother would often haplessly remark, "I prayed to Lord Shiva for a son, and he sent me one of his demons." Even though he was a difficult child, he used to calm down when his mother threatened him with the words, "Lord Shiva will not let you by his side if you do not behave properly." Sometimes even this trick would be of no avail. His mother would then pour water on his head, uttering, "Shiva, Shiva." This would have an enduring effect on Narain, as he would immediately calm down and become cheerful, much to the joy of his mother. Throughout his life, Narain remained as an ardent devotee of Lord Shiva. Name, fame, and worldly things never ever attracted him. Simplicity became the hallmark of his nature. Chapter 2, Narain's urge for donating alms. Although Narain as a child appeared adamant, his heart was as gentle as the petals of a flower. He was fond of all creatures and creations of God. He had a special admiration for the monks who sacrificed their lives in the service of God. Narain by nature was helpful and kind to those who were in need of help. Whenever he saw a monk, he would immediately offer alms to them. One day, while playing in his house under the supervision of his elders, Narain heard a voice. He looked around and in a moment's notice rushed towards the door to find out who was calling. Outside his door was a monk who was tattered in clothes and begging for alms. All that Narain had was a new dhoti wrapped around his waist. He was proud of his new cloth, for it was the first garment marking his passage out of infancy. But Narain immediately removed the dhoti he was wearing and gave it to him. But after the above incident, a close guard was kept on Narain. Whenever any monk or a beggar appeared at their doorstep, they kept Narain locked in one of the rooms upstairs. Even then, he could not be restrained from giving. Though the windows, he would throw out all the things he could lay his hands on to the alms seekers. Would any flower spread its fragrance discriminating between the people around? Such was Narain's fancy and propensity for giving alms to the poor and needy. Narain used to preach in his later life. One should always be inclined to give to others. Jiva Seva is Shiva Seva, i.e., service to humanity is service to God. Chapter 3, The Mesmerized Cobra. Narain would always display enthusiasm in all his actions. He was a bright student, and he excelled in sports. He used to meditate even as a small boy. On seeing the elders meditating, he too would sit for meditation along with his friends in the neighborhood. Within a few moments of closing his eyes, Narain would be deeply absorbed in meditation. His friends used to tease him about stating that Narain excelled in sleeping in a sitting posture. Oblivious of this, Narain zealously pursued his meditation. One day, after After play, Narain and his friends sat together for meditation. Suddenly, one of his friends saw a cobra in front of Narain with its hood raised. All the playmates started running away, asking Narain to follow the suit. Narain was unaware of the sudden noise, pursued his meditation. His friends hid themselves and were anxious about the safety of their dear friend. Narain was deeply absorbed in meditation and sat motionless. The cobra, meanwhile, was perhaps enjoying the calm and courageous behavior of the charming boy, slithered away. Chapter 4. A Ghost Well Known. Narain's fondness for playing pranks was well known. He used to go to a friend's house. In their compound there was a tree laden with flowers. He was fond of plucking the flowers from that tree. He, along with his friends, used to climb the tree, hang upside down on the branches, and swing merrily from one branch to another. Also, they jumped down relentlessly without any trace of tiredness. Narain was the leader of the group. Their activities irritated the house owner. They were also concerned that the boys would hurt themselves during such play. An old man in the house once warned Narain that the tree was the abode of a ghost and that would break the neck of the perpetrators and trespassers. Narain was silent for a while, hearing the warning. In a little while, he again climbed the tree and started playing. His dreaded friends asked Narain to get down immediately and requested him not to risk his life. Narain mischievously smiled and remarked, "How silly you all are. If what that old man says is true, then that ghost should have broken my neck a long time ago." Nothing like that has ever happened so far. His friends grudgingly accepted Narain's logic. Narain could not be deterred by any heinous means. He always applied his logic and accepted only if he is satisfied. Chapter 5. Smart and Brave. Wherever Narain was, an atmosphere of joy would prevail. He would take his friends often to various interesting places for roaming. One day he took his friends to a zoological park in Calcutta by boat. When they were returning, one of the boys became sick and vomited in the boat. The boatman was annoyed and insisted that they should immediately clean the boat. The boys offered to pay double the amount of the riding charges so that they need not clean the boat. The boatman accepted the offer, but on reaching the shore, the boatman did not allow the boys to get down and demanded more money. Narain jumped out of the boat and approached a few big British soldiers who were passing that way. In his halting English, he vividly explained them of their plight. He brought them near the boat. The soldiers asked the boatman to let the boys free. Fearing the soldiers, the boatman released the boys. The soldiers were charmed by innocent yet bold Narain. They invited him for a party. Narain politely refused and left the place after thanking the soldiers profusely for their kindness. The end.